March has crept its way in this past week, and even though we still have a bit of time until it's officially spring, all my brain can think about is clothes I want to make for the warmer weather. Lately where I live, we've been vacillating between snow and freezing temperatures and beautiful, sunny, warm days. And even though I love winter, the changes in weather have put me in the spring mood. So it's time to plan for my spring wardrobe, and I'll be attempting to make 5 pieces in 7 days. Now, this is part 2 of a 3-part series, so if you happen to miss the first part, where I made a very cute pin tuck top and that viral really popular oversized collar, I'll put that video up above and below in the description so you can go check it out. But last time I did not have all my designs all figured out, so we're gonna cover that now. So last week's pieces are done, but we're gonna be tackling the next 2 pieces on the list. First up is a wrap skirt. I had a wrap dress a really long time ago. It was honestly one of my favorite pieces. I've been wanting a wrap skirt for a really long time. The pattern I'm going to be using is the Havana wrap skirt by Galia, I believe it's pronounced, Galia Couture. And for the piece after that, I'm going to be working on the foxglove slip by Studio Sado. Yes, I did make this dress in the fall version of this video. I love it so much. I adore it. However, with the flutter sleeve and more specifically the length, it's quite long on me. It comes off as very fancy, so I have a hard time making that into a more casual outfit with that piece. So I thought, why not make a spring version and make it a little bit more casual by cutting off the flutter sleeve and making it shorter. And next video, I'll be finishing the foxglove slip dress, as well as finishing the last piece, which is the long cutaway vest that I've been seeing everywhere that I absolutely love. And like I said, when I did this, can I make my fall wardrobe in 7 days? I'm not going to be doing this 7 days in a row. I've just found 7 days over several weeks that I've been able to dedicate to sewing. It's just not possible for me to do a whole week of sewing in a row. Now that we have our plan, let's get started. Now first up, because I'm using a thrifted flat sheet, I noticed I might not be able to fit all of the pieces, but I noticed that the back piece could be folded in half and put on the fold to save space. And here is the beautiful floral flat sheet that I got for $10. I love the colors and the size of the floral pattern, and I knew it'd be perfect for a skirt like this. Now, I don't usually add pockets to my clothing because I'm 1, lazy, and 2, I don't always love the silhouette of clothing when you put a bunch of stuff in the pockets. I prefer just taking a fanny pack everywhere, honestly, but I want to have options in some of my clothing, and this one was included in the pattern, so might as well. Oh, also in case you didn't notice, I didn't have the island available like I usually do to cut out my fabric, so the sewing table is the only thing I have to cut on in this video. By the end, I had this much leftover fabric, which will actually be perfect for an upcoming project I have in mind. The first step was to add the pockets and stitch the side seams together. I did this differently from the pattern. I actually saw this trick somewhere on social media, and I'll put a couple of examples of videos that I could find that kind of show you what I did in the description, because I did not do the best job of showing what I did here. tacked down at the top and bottom for extra security, and for some reason mine was pattern matched here, which I hadn't attempted to do because I didn't think I'd have enough fabric, so that was kind of cool. I then added the back panel to the side pieces. And I was also finishing the seams with a zigzag stitch as I went along. I usually do this since I don't have a serger, but I don't tend to film it. So I thought I'd show it here just to let you know that I finish my edges to keep my pieces lasting longer. Then it was time to add the final skirt pieces, the two center front panels. I then ironed and stitched down the two center front panels. One I just double turned under at 1/2 inch, and that would go on the underside of the skirt. And the other I first ironed at 1/4 inch and then turned it under a full inch. And that way it would just delineate between the two panels. Then I started working on the waistband, which needs a layer of fusible interfacing. Now, I think I was supposed to leave the ties out of it when it came to ironing the interfacing, but I couldn't quite figure out where I was supposed to stop according to the pattern. And honestly, I ran into some issues with that, which you'll see later. So I just added interfacing to the whole thing. The pattern said to go ahead and iron down one side of the waistband for top stitching later. When you're continuously needing to iron, I just appreciated the forethought. My mom and I have been organizing the craft room recently, and we found this huge stash of pressure feet. It's not pressure foots that had come with my machine years ago, so now they are nice and organized, and I'm really excited to try some of them out. I didn't even know we had them, but this time I needed the buttonhole foot. Ignore the bangs. The skirt is basically done. I've done everything but the hem, which, you know, it's sometimes good to just let hems like stay overnight so that everything stretches out to where it should. I think the hem's gonna be pretty easy. Everything went together pretty well, so I think I'll be okay. Had to lengthen one side of the tie. I don't really know what went wrong there. Maybe I didn't cut out or I forgot. I don't think I did. That was only tying in the back before, so I added another segment of length and now it ties where it should. I love this skirt. I've been wanting a wrap skirt for a really long time, so I'm glad that I was the one that made it, and it's really beautiful and was really easy to put together as well. I just don't read instructions usually. I'm usually a person where I've made patterns before, so I tend to not read them because I know what order things should go in, but I've been trying to read them more because maybe I'm like missing out on something, and they actually make me like trepidatious. Like I get nervous. I don't know. I'm very tired and hungry. Again, I feel like I said this in the last episode. I have curry waiting for me. It looks so yummy. We're going to start on the dress tomorrow. I'll do the hem tomorrow, so that's all done. That's out of the way. But I'm also going to start on the dress. I'm not going to expect myself to finish that tomorrow, but I want to get a good portion of it done. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool.
I have set my sights on a summer evening where we can watch the sky chase the morning. Us under the stars, you fall into my arms. There's no one else I'd rather be here with. And in the end, I'll be here when I feel your light warming up my skin. And in good time, we'll make our lives together under tie-dye sky. Watch the moon, glowing silver loom. Wait until the sunrise, and in the afternoon, meet me by the oak tree. In the wind it waves its leaves. There's no one else I'd rather be here with. And in the end, I'll be here when I feel your light warming up my skin. And in good time, we'll make our lives together under tie-dye sky.
So I don't tend to let my dog go out in like really heavy snow just to protect his little feet. We give him like little areas where there's no snow. But one time he just darted out over here, and for like the 30 seconds that I didn't have him, look at the little cute feet he made. Like, that is so cute. Then it was time to start on the dress. This dress is mostly cut on the bias, except for the bottom skirt pieces, so cutting it out is a bit different from most other patterns. Okay, hi, let's catch up. The wrap skirt is done and it looks beautiful. I really love the pattern. I think the pattern, like how large it is, was perfect for a skirt. So very excited to show you that. And then before lunch, because now it's after lunch, we moved on to the dress and I was kind of deliberating mixing up two patterns, kind of like how I actually did 3 different fabrics on my fall version of this dress. And I have a yellow fabric. It's this one and it goes pretty well. These darker golds kind of go with the gold in the teal floral pattern. But since I'm not doing a flutter sleeve, I just couldn't find a way to make it mostly the blue fabric in a way that I thought looked optically pleasing. What's the word? Visually pleasing. There we go. So I'm just going to do the whole dress in the blue teal turquoise fabric. I just think it's really beautiful and I want to show it off. But I have a lot of that fabric left. I have the fitted sheet. So I'll probably do another project with those and mix those two together, I think. Today, I'm not going to pressure myself to get to a certain point with this dress. I just want to get it going and get a good chunk of it done. I'm actually realizing this has kind of been my epiphany over this time doing this project. I've been going a little bit slower. I've been feeling very lackadaisical, but I've just been moving a little slower with my sewing. And honestly, I feel like I'm still accomplishing at least the same amount, if not moving just a little bit faster. And I think that's because I'm making less mistakes. So I don't have to take out as many seams and stitches. Oh my gosh, it takes up so much time. So yeah, the rest of the day, we're just going to see how far we can get. I'm not going to push myself. I'm just happy that I am getting a good chunk of this done today. Let's go. So after attaching the front bodice pieces and the back bodice pieces together, I had to gather them down to match the skirt pieces. The seams all over this dress are just really cool and interesting shapes, but it definitely takes a lot of patience and easing to get those pieces to fit together, especially at the front. Then I attached the front pieces to the back pieces. After that, I added the bottom skirt pieces to the rest of the dress. Once again, I love all the really interesting style lines on this dress. You just have to be pretty patient with it. This section of the dress doesn't stand out as much, so next time I'm working on this, I'm considering top stitching some of these seams to show these style lines a bit more. We'll see if I have time. And with that, it's time to show you what I got accomplished these past 2 days. Okay, so since the dress is almost done, it would kind of, in my opinion, be spoilery to show you it before it's completely done, so I'll just hold it up to my body. Wow, so pretty. You can totally tell. This is what it looks like. I absolutely love this wrap skirt. I feel like it gives off a little bit of like a vintagey vibe, but the oversized floral gives it a little bit of a modern feel. Depending on how I'm feeling that day, you can make it tighter or looser. The waistband feels really good. Have a lot of pants. I've made myself a lot of dresses, and I feel like I just don't have enough skirts, especially pattern skirts. The few skirts I do have are very similar in style, so I'm liking that I have some variation. Again, I feel like there's like two purposes for this video, or this video series, I guess, which is like half of the pieces are things that I've seen online that are like viral or really popular that I just would rather make for myself than buy. And the other half is to just fill in holes in my closet that I see. And I feel like this one fills a gap that I've been needing, which is like a fun, personality-filled skirt that can go with a lot. I'll be working on finishing the dress, of course, but also that long vest that I'm very excited to start on. So I hope you'll come back to watch that part, the final part. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I would love if you would subscribe. That would really help me out, but also liking and commenting also really help me out too. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back here next time. Bye.